a temperature a temperature at which two forms of one element coexist is known as transition temperature. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it is the temperature at which two forms of any element basically coexist, like both the forms will exist. Basically, it is one, right? This is one. So, a temperature at which two forms of an element exist. For example, we have here ice, right? Let's take an example of ice, and here we have H2, or here we have water, right? Basically, when we will melt water, and when, like, there's a temperature at which the ice also exists and the water also exists, the temperature is known as 0 degree, right? So you have seen many people writing 0 degree as melting point of melting point of water, and boiling point and boiling point sorry, it's freezing. Sorry, you have seen that many people have written melting point and freezing point, like freezing point of water and melting point of ice at 0 degrees Celsius, right? At 0 degrees Celsius, ice starts to melt and water starts to freeze. So at 0 degree, this is basically a transition temperature at which the both forms of water, which is basically H2O, both forms H2O exists, right? So now, but we can't call, we can write the example over here because ice is crystal, but water is not crystal. So here we will write the example of sulfur, that monoclinic, sorry, rhombic sulfur gets converted into monoclinic sulfur, right? Rhombic sulfur gets converted into monoclinic sulfur at a temperature of 95.5 degree Celsius, right? So at 95.5 degrees Celsius, the rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur, actually these both exist. These both exist at 95.5 degrees. So this temperature is basically known as transition temperature, right? This temperature is known as transition temperature. Basically what happens is that, as you know, sulfur is insoluble in water. What will happen is, let me make a diagram over here. Like, take a container over here. We won't add water over here because water is non-polar and sulfur is polar, so like dissolve life. So here we will put a non-polar substance is carbon disulfide, and we'll put alpha sulfur into this, and when we will heat this, it will be converted, alpha sulfur will be converted into beta sulfur. But at this temperature, these both forms will be present in that solution, right? So I hope this transition temperature is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be very happy to answer you guys.